Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be making probably the easiest recipe I have for all the keto recipes that I'll be doing. It's the chocolate mousse. Quite a lot of people have asked what is required. The required ingredients are 600 mils of coconut milk, your choice whether to go full fat or to go light. I've chosen to go light in this instance. 2 avocados, you're going to need the flesh from both, 140 mils, so 140 grams rather, of a sugar replacement. You can use sugar, you can use honey, you can use syrup, it's entirely your choice. If you're vegan, crack on and use whatever flavouring you want. I just simply use stevia. It's does the job, 0 calories, very keto friendly as well. You also would like to have unsweetened cocoa powder. You'll want 70 grams of that. I'm simply using the Asda cocoa powder. It is unsweetened. And then you're going to want quite a few of these little ramekins. They hold about 100 grams. Okay, so first things first, that we're going to need a sharp knife. Let's move some of these bits out of the way. You will want a sharp knife because a dull knife is a bad tool to be working with. First thing we're going to do, slice down and around of the avocado, turn it 90 degrees, slice down and around on the avocado, and then you'll be able to pull it apart in quarters. There is no putting a knife through your hand because the pit just pops out. That will go into the bin. Do the same again on this one. Down, around, and done. And then 90 degrees, down, around, and done. Once again, pull off the quarters, blip, 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 and out pops the seed. Using a spoon, which I had on the side, to hand. Didn't get the knife out, but I did get the spoon out because I am a bit of an idiot on occasions. You just want to pull out the flesh of the avocado here. You don't want to leave too much in the skins, but you don't want to leave too little either. And, just make sure you're working properly. You've got to be quite quick when it comes to avocados because they do brown very easily, which is less than ideal, but that is the nature of the beast. And do make sure that the avocados you select are ripe. Let's turn this light on, it might help a little bit. Okay, so yes, make sure the avocados you select are ripe and ready to go, because if not, this won't turn out very well. Actually end up quite bitter. Oh, that skin just fell right off. So, that's the avocados pitted and fleshed. Just going to bin this. Okay, next up you will want to slice this into chunks. Nothing crazy, just chunks that are about a centimetre by a centimetre, maybe 2 centimetres at the biggest. Because it just makes life easier for the food processor. So you don't have to do too terribly much once it goes in. Because then the shorter or the smaller they are, the easier they are to chop up and blitz. Now the good thing about this recipe is you don't actually realise there's avocado in here. I gave this to my youngest daughter the other day. It's a frozen variety, admittedly, and she polished it off and said it was really delicious. So if it can fool an autistic 9-year-old, 10-year-old, sorry. It can fool anybody. Now, sometimes, depending on the ripeness of the avocados, if they're not ripe enough, or if they're overripe, or you know, they're bruised or they're brown, there is a bit of an aftertaste. But you know what? After the second mouthful, you don't notice it really. You only ever notice it if the avocado is bitter. Thankfully, these are ripe from the supermarket. It just says ripe, ready to eat on the packaging. So, first things in. Let's get the avocado in. You make sure you have a blade attachment, because obviously you want it to be blended. Get as much of it out as you can. Well, I say out, in. Now, just going to wash my hands because they're covered in avocado. By the power of editing magic, the avocado has been chopped up and placed straight into the blender. Put that on. Next up, add in your granulated sugar replacements. 1, 2. There's 140 grams of it going in there. As I said, in this instance it's stevia. And then you want your cocoa powder, unsweetened, to go in. Get as much of that out as you possibly can. And then lastly, you want your coconut milk to go in. And I tell you what, you can smell the cocoa in the air. That's all in. Stick the lid on. And what you want to do is you want to pulse it first of all. This is the consistency as it is right now. All the avocado has been blitzed up and blended in. And what we're going to do is going to pour this into a jug and then measure it out into the ramekins. So, thanks to the editing magic, the chocolate mousse has been poured into one jug. This is 1 litre of mousse that this has made. So, going to zero out the scale. And we're going to add in exactly 100 grams. Oh, so you can see the scale. Oh, I'm a bit over. 105 grams there, so just get rid of drizzle. Pour that back in, come on. 102 is close enough. Zero the next scale. Oh, I missed the jug, but such is life. We want 100 grams in each one. Oh, just a little bit over, but 3 grams here and there. I'm not going to moan at. If I slow down the pouring, it should be a bit better. Oh. And I still somehow managed to overpour. But that's life. They're all round about 100 grams. Come on. Huzzah! First one at 100. I've got 8 of these ramekins. Oh, nearly forgot to zero the scale. I've got 8 of these ramekins, and I'm sure I'm going to go over which means I've got some spares as well, but they're not the size of these goo pots. So if you ever had Goo, the chocolate mousse company, GUU I think it is, or GU with the umlaut, these pots are fantastic for reusing. Zero out the scale. Start slowing the pour. Come on. 100 grams. Oh, very nearly forgot to zero out the scale again. Blast. Do you know what? I don't mind that I'm 5 grams over. I will survive with 5 grams. This is getting quite light now. Okay, so that's 8 of these. I've got more here on the cooker. Want to zero out the scale again, and I want to push down with a spatula. Very hard to do one-handed, so I'm going to pause the recording and then carry on once I've done it. And thankfully, through the power of editing magic, I have got enough for one more. Come on. You can edge out, come on. You can edge to 100. There we go. Superb, and that's literally all that's left. That could be chef's privilege, but in this instance I think not. Now all they need to do is chill in the fridge for at least 4 hours. Overnight is preferable. And here we are 4 hours later. I'm at my desk editing the video for this actual thing, and here we are. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I tell you what, it tastes amazing. So, that's how you make it. Back to Studio Viking Nephilim for more. So, what are my afterthoughts for this dessert? Well, first of all, and it's clear as day, number one, get a better camera setup. It was a poor attempt for this video, but it was the first video that people have been asking for, so I thought it was better to get something out than not at all. I will be doing a better version of this in future. Number two, 4 hours is wrong for the setting point. It should be 6 hours. You'll get a much more firm dessert, but as I said, overnight is the preferable point. So do remember that in future. And lastly, it's the macros. This is based on a 100 gram dessert. Adjust it if you're going to do it for more or for less. You know, for 50% if you're doing 50 grams, 80% if you're doing 80 grams. And finally, I just want to thank you all for staying with me so far on this video. As I said, I will be repeating this with a much better camera setup, and I will be doing more videos in future. Hopefully you'll be able to learn something. Hopefully I'll be able to learn something, and we can all progress in future. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and follow.